Hey, what's up, Hilo News family? This show is brought to you by Baptist Health Pine App. Healthcare at your fingertips with the Pine App. Head to HiloNewsMiami.com right now to learn more about their app and all the new features created to improve your healthcare experience with Baptist Health. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, what's up, Hilo News family? It's your girl, Janey Tate, founder and publisher and editor-in-chief and all those titles of Hilo News. Welcome to another episode of Can We Talk, where we interview dope people in the community doing dope things, and today is no different. I am so excited to have one of my guests on today. He's an entrepreneur. He's doing some cool things in the tech and consumer packaged goods space. I want to learn all about it, and I think you guys are going to want to learn all about it too. Without further ado, I want to welcome to the show Austin. Hey, what's up, Austin?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Working hard out here in Miami Beach.
Hey, all right now. All right. I hope you're staying dry. It's hurricane season. We had Hurricane Ian coming through. Hope everything is well with you and your family.
Yeah, everybody made it through. It wasn't too bad in Miami, so I'm happy about that.
That's what's up. And Austin, I don't want to butcher your name. So is it Austin Igein? Did I get that right?
Yeah. So Austin Igein, like I wear jeans.
Okay.
You know?
Austin Igein. So Austin, you are the founder and CEO of Beachbox. So tell us more about that business and how you got that started.
Yeah, absolutely. So Beachbox is a portable safe for the beach to keep your keys, wallet, and phone safe. It uses GPS and alarms as the first line of defense. Second line of defense is cameras. So there's 4 cameras on each side of the box, or 1 camera on each side of the box. And then there's an insurance policy up to $500 if somebody gets away with that, your personal belongings.
Wow, that's amazing. So how did you come up with that? Did something happen with you at the beach or at the pool and you were like, I need to protect my stuff? Like, what happened? Tell me that story.
Yeah, so I mean, I was in Thailand with a bunch of friends, birthday party, and we all wanted to go into the water and play drinking games, and somebody was like nose goes, and everybody else did the same thing, and they were like, I'm not staying back to watch our things, but we had 10 to 15 cell phones, purses, wallets, you name it. You don't bring a lot to the beach, but the things you do bring to the beach have value. And so seeing that, I was like, there has to be a better way to solve this problem. And at the time, there wasn't, other than somebody staying behind. And I saw couples going through it. I saw families going through it. And I said, hey, I'm going to try to solve this problem. 2016 or around 2016, the scooters came out. And I was like, oh, that's an awesome business model. You scan a QR code, you kick 3 times, and you're on your way. So I was like, what if I reinvented the safe the same way, or using that same technology that the scooters had? And so that's kind of where Beachbox was born, between the problem that I had and then a solution that I saw in the market that could be fit to another product.
Man, come on, technology.
Yeah.
I love it. I love this, especially us, people who look like us who are using technology to improve problems that we have in our everyday life. And I actually was just at the beach. I just got back from California, and that was one of the issues. And one of us had to stay behind to watch the stuff while one of us went in the water. And so that's a really great idea. So tell me more about how this works. So, is it like I have to rent it when I'm at the beach, or can I buy one from your website? Like, tell me how all of that works.
Yeah, absolutely. So initially we're starting off 100% rentals. And so right now we're targeting hotels. One of our hotels is in the South Beach area that we're going to be working with starting in late October, early November. So we're very excited about that. And then our goal is to get to, your Nikki Beach, your SLS, your Fontainebleau in Miami, put, anywhere between 10 to 20 of these devices at these places, figure out what's the demand in these locations, and then go to the city and say, hey, we have this product that we think is going to work directly on the sand, and then hopefully get some type of permit or agreement with the city so that we're able to rent those boxes to the city. 2 years down the line, I plan to sell direct to consumers. So you'll be able to buy these things outright, and then there will be some type of subscription so that we can insure your belongings, even if you bring it from your house.
I love that. With Hilo News, I love to know where people are from. I love to localize things. Hilo News stands for hyper local. Tell me a little bit about your background, where you're from, and how your upbringing influenced you as an entrepreneur.
Yeah, absolutely. So, from New Jersey originally, lived in Pennsylvania, and then I went to school in Georgia, University of Georgia. I studied risk management and insurance, and so those skill sets kind of carried or followed through to this product. In terms of how I was raised, my dad was very entrepreneurial. He has books that he's written. He has companies that he started. Some have been successful, some have failed. But understanding that not always working for the man is it's not that's not my end goal. And so seeing 8 years of working for your Fortune 500 companies, KPMG, Ernst and Young, Wells Fargo, I learned a lot. But I'm making other people millions of dollars. So when you figure that, like, oh, I'm that valuable, why not go out on your own and start something? So I've had a few other businesses. Some were successful, some were failures. But I think this one is definitely going to be a success.
Yes, and it's such a need in the market, especially in a place like South Florida and just really Florida in general, because there's so much coastline. Like, the opportunities are endless, and I can't wait till you have that commercial product for us to buy for ourselves, because that's something that I would definitely purchase, because it's just a problem that we have, and we love going to the beach, me and my boyfriend. So just keep me on the mailing list so I know when the product launches. Hey, come back to Hilo News and tell us about it. You're now a friend of the show, so you're gonna come back.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so we are renting these boxes for $30 a day. The box also has 2 chargers inside, so you can charge up your phone, keep your phone cool. And then it also has a speaker. So it's not USB, it's a Bluetooth speaker.
That's what's up. And Austin, I actually learned about you through the Endeavor Lab for Black Founders. Tell me more about that experience and how you got involved with that cohort.
Yeah, absolutely. So Endeavor Labs has a ton of programs, Black founders, women founders, all, different types of sectors that they focus on. So I applied to the Black founders group, not really knowing what Endeavor was really about, but, was fortunately selected to be a part of the program. Once I got into the program, to be around 9 other founders that are Black and that are experiencing the same, troubles and triumphs that you've had in your business, I think is super impactful. And we're friends now, and now that the program's over, but we learn from each other. We tell stories about here's how or what happened in my business, and here's how I overcame it, or here's how I would do it differently if you're experiencing this type of problem. And so, yeah, it's been very, very impactful.
That's what's up. And hopefully, more people are, entering that program and getting good things from it, just like you have. I want to know, any advice you have for someone who is thinking about starting a business and is unsure of it, and they're doubting yourself. Like, what was that motivation for you that pushed you to say, hey, I'm going to take this risk, I'm going to do this, and make a business for myself? Like, what motivation or what advice would you give that entrepreneur who's kind of wavering on if they should start or not?
Yeah, for me, it's been a long journey. I started in 2019 with the idea, and I said, hey, I want to go ahead and get this out there and do this. And I had little money, maybe $10,000, $20,000 that I could play with. And so I literally built a prototype of what I wanted to do with that $20,000. I went to California thinking I was going to be able to raise, millions and millions of dollars. And I, wasn't able to raise anything. They said, this isn't going to work. This isn't a good product. So I got that feedback, and that was very discouraging at the time. And then, came back to Georgia after like 8 months of just pitching and no success. And instead of giving up, I was like, let me take their feedback and try to launch something that maybe would sell and something that people would buy. And I had my moments where I'm like, I'm gonna put this down. Like that's you're human, and I think the final straw of when I was like, hey, I'm not going to put this down, was when Kobe died. Right, it was impactful for a lot of people because I feel like he did almost everything he wanted to in life. And so I didn't want to leave any stones unturned. And I didn't want to say at the end of my life, I didn't go and do that. Right. And so that was like, okay, now I need to put some gas on this. And, I created a prototype, a 3D printed prototype. The first prototype was a gun safe that we had. And we retrofitted the electronics. It was ugly. People, the investors were like, hey, I would never use that. So second time around, I created a 3D printed version of it. You'll see it at Beachbox Co. on my Instagram. That's the previous iteration of it. We'd have a new iteration. You'll see that on the Start Engine campaign, startengine.com/Beachbox. But literally, I made that box. It looked good. People were taking pictures with it. I was able to rent out one unit. And then, for 30 days, I was on the beach getting feedback saying, hey, would you use this? How can I improve this? And so really doing that, I was like, wow, people are actually going to purchase this. And so I took it a step further and I was like, okay, I have 30 people who paid for this over the course of a month. I need to find somebody who can help me finance this dream, this goal that I have. And so I was able to raise $400,000 in about 8 months.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yep. In about 8 months, I was able to raise $400,000. With that $400,000, I have now moved from 1 unit to 100 units. And so my cost around, of 1 unit was like $2,000, and now it's $500 per box. And so it's just, there's little wins along the way that keep you going, I think. Yes, you're going to have your moments where you want to give up, but the little moments, the pattern that came through, the Good Time Hotel, I'm probably not supposed to say that out loud, but the Good Time Hotel that came through, the cohort with the Endeavor Labs, there's little wins along the way that you're like, oh, wow, this is going to work, And so that's kind of what's been driving me, for these last 3 years.
I love this story, and it's so inspirational, especially you're infusing tech with a product, and a lot of us aren't in this space, and that's what I think is really cool about the Endeavor Lab, because it's giving people like you resources and a network to further build on what you're doing. For anybody who may be afraid of that tech space or may feel like they may not fit in that world, what advice would you have for them? Because a lot of us aren't in this space, but we are just as brilliant and just as deserving to be there. Like, what advice would you give them?
Yeah, I mean, when you look at what needs to be created, or there's what you're looking to do, I would look at another company and how they're doing it and see how you can almost mimic what they're doing. My company, I mimicked after Bird. I have a Google map. You find the box on a map, you pay with a QR code. Like literally you look at what is out there currently, and you say, I'm going to become the X in this particular space. That would be my first step. The second step is finding a technical co-founder. So you really have to dig deep to find somebody who is technical if you're not technical. There are no code, low code platforms out there, but in my mind, you're going to spend way more time trying to learn that than finding a technical co-founder. So go out there and make relationships. If you can inspire somebody to be on your team, then that's half the battle, right? If somebody else believes in what you're trying to do, that's half the battle. So then once you have somebody that believes in what you're doing, now you go make the product. If you have to use your resources, credit cards. I went into debt doing it, came out of debt, went into debt. So that it's normal. But using your resources to create that MVP, minimum viable product. And then once you have that MVP, it's all about sales. Like, how can I make money with this particular product? Every product needs to make money, right? No investor is going to invest in a product that you don't know how you're going to make money. And so once you figure out how you make money, you got to scale a little bit, right? So I'm going from 1 unit to 100. Now I got to go make money again to get more money into my business. So when I want to go from 100 to 1,000, I know I can't do that by myself. But I know if I can say, hey, I was able to generate $100,000 in revenue, $200,000 in revenue this year, someone's going to be like, oh, you might have something, right? That is scalable and that you could place around the country, right? So that would be my feedback there.
That's what's up. And you're dropping gems. Hey, you teaching me over here. So I appreciate that. You know, Austin, what is the ultimate goal for you with Beachbox? Where, you got your crystal ball. What do you see for the world of Beachbox? The limitless, goal that you have for it.
Yes, I want to be a household name. You know, like when you hear Uber, Bird, Lime, Airbnb, like you know exactly what those companies do. I want people to be like Beachbox. I know what that is, and you know, to have 30,000 boxes, 1,000 at your top 30 beaches in the U.S. alone. Uh, that's my dream. And then to take another 70,000 and go international. So 100,000 boxes, $30 a day, 150 days a year, and I'm done. Right, I've done the work, you know, and I can sit back and you know when I go to a beach, I'd be like, I created that. You know, that's something that you know nobody else on the planet can do. So that would be my ultimate goal.
Yo, that's amazing. And from your mouth to God's ears, we're rooting for you over here. We root for everybody black over here. This we Issa over here. Um, but I appreciate you for taking the time to speak with us today. Is there anything else that you want to tell us? Any news or anything that you feel like we didn't touch on that you want the audience to know?
I don't think so. You know, just stay passionate, stay focused, and you know, if you are teetering the line of you know corporate America and starting your own thing, take the leap of faith.
Hello. Who you talking to? Well, I really appreciate this, Austin. As always, anytime somebody takes time, especially to support Hilo News, support local media, is always a blessing to me. Before you go, how can people connect with you and Beachbox? How can they support or follow you? Let us know so the people out there can make sure they're supporting what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can follow us on Instagram at Beachbox Co. You can also visit our website to get some more information about us, www.beachbox.co. And then we also have a Start Engine campaign open. The minimum investment is $150, and you know the maximum is up to $1 million. So we're raising $1 million right now. We've raised, I think, about 92 or so, 92,000 on Start Engine. So please support, and if nothing else, become a customer. Thank you.
Yes. Y'all go out there and support this black owned business, this founder. He's out there doing his thing. Again, Austin, thank you for taking time to speak with us today on Can We Talk? Guys, this has been another great episode where you're learning about dope people doing dope things. Thank you for watching another episode of Can We Talk, presented by Hilo News. Hey, thank you, and we'll catch y'all next time.
All
Bye.
right, thank you.